Hello, everyone. Scooter number 7 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Today's game, we have the 1-0 Milwaukee Brewers taking on the 0-1 Chicago Cubs here at historic Wrigley Field. And here is the starting lineup for the Milwaukee Brewers. Leading off, the second baseman, Ricky Weeks. Batting second, the center fielder, Gabe Kepler. Batting third, the first baseman, Prince Fielder. Batting fourth, in the cleanup position, the left fielder, Ryan Braun. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Bill Hall. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Corey Hart. Batting seventh, the shortstop, J.J. Hardy. Batting eighth, the pitcher, Jeff Supin. And batting ninth, the catcher, Jason Kendall. On the mound for the Cubs, it is Ted Lilly. Went 17 wins, 9 losses, 4.09 ERA, 204 2/3 innings, had 187 hits, 84 strikeouts, and 62 walks. Wrigley Field adds a +2 to strikeouts and a +1 for walks. And with that, we are done with the opening tosses, and here's the first pitch. Ricky Weeks batting a 200 average. 4-5, that is a question mark. On a double star, 1 to 5, that's a 14. Nothing. 4-4, and that is a ground ball to the shortstop to Ryan for out number 1. Next up, Gabe Kepler, center fielder, 4-1. That's a blank. 6-2. And Kepler hits a double out there past Sereno, Alfonso. And runner on second. All right, strategy rolls in 19. Here's the infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch. 6-6. That's a blank. 3-4. And that is a single pass pie, and that's going to put runners on the corners. We have a 1. We rolled a 4. Lead runner advances, and if roll is higher than the trailing runner holds, it is. And Kepler is going to score. Prince, by the way, is batting a 250 average. And that is the first. And the Brewers strike first here at Wrigley Field. Strategy rolls a 4. Infield still at double play depth. Here's the pitch. 5-3. Strikeout. The 12. 12 is too high. 4-2. And that is a ground ball to the second baseman, DeRosa. That's a 3, a 1. Got the double play. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Brewers. We go to the bottom of the first. And here is the starting lineup for the Chicago Cubs. Leading off, the shortstop, Ryan Thierrott. Batting second, the left fielder, Alfonso Serrano. Batting third, the first baseman, Derek Lee. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the third baseman, Ramirez. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Kosuke Fukudome. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Mark DeRosa. Batting seventh, the catcher, Giovanni Soto. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Felix Pye. Batting ninth, the pitcher, Ted Lilly. And on the mound for the Milwaukee Brewers, it is Jeff Serpan. 10 wins, 10 losses, 4.96 ERA, pitched 177 and 2/3 innings, allowed 207 hits, 90 strikeouts, and 60 walks in the actual season. Here's the pitch to Ryan. He's done with his opening tosses. 2-6. That's a blank. 1-5. That is a double star 3. That is a ground out to Hardy for out number 1. Hardy takes it, throws it over to fielder for out number 1. Alfonso Serrano, batting a .250 average. Here's the pitch. 2-2. Strikeout 7. Struck him out. And that's going to bring up Derek Lee, batting .500. Here's the pitch. 4-3. That is a question mark, and that is a single for Derek. Cubs with a runner on for Derek on first. Strategy rolls a 17. Brewers come into infield. They bring the infield to double play depth. 2-2. Strikeout result. Strikeout 20. 20 is too high. 2-5. That is a question mark. 8 on a 15. That is a flyout. And that is out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Cubs. After 1, it is Brewers 1, Cubs nothing. We go to the bottom of the we go to the top of the second. It is Bill, Corey, and JJ due up for the Brewers. All right, here's the pitch. 1-4. That's a strikeout. 12. Struck him out. That's a 16 for Bill. Corey Hart, batting a .500 average. Here's the pitch. 3-1. Home run chance on an 11. That's a 10. Too high. 6-3. And that is a fly out there to Kioske for out number 2. Hardy now up. Here's the pitch. 6-3. That is a walk. That is a blank. 3-4. And that is a fly out to Fukudome once again for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Brewers. We go to the bottom of the second. It is Kioske, Mark, and Soto up for the Cubbies. Here's the pitch, 3-3. Strikeout 10. Struck him out. Next up is Mark DeRosa, batting a .250 average. Here's the pitch. 3-2. That's a walk, and they walk Mark. And the crowd boos. Runner on first. Infield coming into double play depth. Strategy rolls a 10. Here's the pitch to Soto. 4-6. Home run chance on a 1-10. That's a 4. That's a 1. And Soto bangs one out over the Ivies. And that ball is high. That ball is going deep. It's out of here. 2-run home run for Soto, bringing the Cubbies up A one-run lead over the Brew Crew. And next up, stepping up into the batter's box, is Felix Pye, batting a .500 average. 3-1. Possible error on a ground ball. 6-3. And that is to Hardy. Hardy's error rating is at a 1 to 2. That's a 16. And that is no error there for out number 2. That's going to bring up the pitcher, Ted Lilly. Here's the pitch. 5-1. That's a 1. And they struck him out. So at the end of 2. Well, at the end of that, it's 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors. At the end of 2, it's the Cubs 2, Brewers 1. And due up is Jeff, Jackson, and Ricky for the Brew Crew. Jeff, pitcher, here's the pitch. 5-2. That's a walk chance. The 16 is too high for the walk. 3-5, and that's a single for Jeff, and Jeff gets on base. So they're going to go to double play depth. We have a sacrifice. No, they're going to go to normal. They're going to stay at normal. We have a sacrifice coming. Strategy roll is a 17. That's a sacrifice bunt. The pitch, 4-6. That's a strike. And it's a successful sacrifice bunt. We have a 4. And that's going to move Jeff to second. And 1 out. Now the infield's going to go to double play depth. And we go to the top of the order, Ricky Weeks. 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Strategy rolls a 10. They're going to hold off. 3-6. Strike out the 20. 20 is too high. 2-5. And that is a fly out to Alfonso for 2 outs. Jeff holds at second. Infield at normal depth. Strategy rolls an 8. Here's the pitch. 1-5. Strikeout 20. No, does not strike him out. 6-2. That's a double. And the Brewers tie this game up at 2. Kepler on at second. Now, who is batting 1 for 1, by the way. Prince Fielder steps up into the batter's box, 1 for 1 with an RBI. Strategy rolls a 12. Brewers are holding off. 6-1 at the ballpark. So we go to Wrigley Field. 2-5. That's a single. Pass Pye. And Kepler is going to score on that. And if the roll is less than or equal to, he advances. Fielder holds. And the Brewers take a 1-run lead here in the 3rd inning. That's going to bring up Ryan Braun, 0 for 1. 14 on the strategy die. They're going to hold off on Strat. 6-5. That is an auto out. That is a fly out to Alfonso for out number 3. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. It is Ryan, Alfonso, and Derek due up for the Cubbies. All right, here's the pitch to Ryan. 0 for 1. 2-4 at the ballpark. So we're going back to Wrigley Field's card. 3-5. And that is an out to left field. Braun stopping that home run there. Fonzo up 0-for-1, struck out his last time up at bat. 5-3, that's a blank. 3-4, that's a single pass Hall. All right, infield going to double play depth. Strategy rolls a 17. Here's the pitch. 6-1. Possible error on a throw. Derek Lee batting 1-for-1. 4-5, and that is a fly out to Braun for out number 2. Infield going to normal depth. Strategy rolls a 13. Holding off. Here's the pitch. Ramirez is 0-for-1. 4-6. Home run result. Home run chance on a 1-10. That's a 4. We need a 16 or less. That's a 5. And the Cubbies come back with another 2-run home run. That ball is going. It looks like it could be it's out of here. 2-run home run for Chicago. And Ramirez knocks this one out into right field here at Wrigley Field. And the Cubs once again take a 1-run lead here in the 3rd. And that is going to bring up Kioske. 0-for-1, struck out his last time up at bat. 4-1, and that's an 11, and they struck him out. So, 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. After 3, it's Chicago 4. The Brewers 3. It is Hall, Corey, and JJ due up for the Brew Crew. All right, here's the pitch to Hall. 0-for-1, struck out his last time up at bat. 4-6, that's a 19. The strikeout result, 19 too high. 5-5, that is a question mark 7. On a 14, that is a fly out. And that is a fly out to left field. Alfonso going back to the ivy to make that catch. 1 away. Corey Hart due up 0-for-1. 2-1. That's a walk. No, the 20. 20 is too high. Does not walk Corey. 2-4. That's a single. Corey gets on base. All right, strategy rolls a 13. Holding off on strategy. Here's the pitch. 2-3. And that is a range play at Wrigley Field. Here's the pitch. 6-2. And that goes out there to Fukudon, to Kioske. That's a 4. His range is on a 1-3. And Corey will advance to 3rd on that. So runners now on the corners. As Jeff comes up, they're going to have him bunt. They're going to have him bunt on this. All right, he gets assigned a bunt. 4-1. And the batter is out at first. The bunt. And is he going to try to score? No, he is not. So Hardy's going to advance, and the out is at first. So they now have runners on second and third. Sacrifice bunt. There. And that's going to bring up Jason Kendall. 1, 2. Strikeout plus 5. That's a 17. And they struck him out and retired the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It is Mark, Sota, and Pye due up for the Cubbies. Here's the pitch. 0 for 1 for Mark. 3-3. Strikeout 6. Struck him out. That's going to bring up Soto. 1 for 1 home run and an RBI. 2-2. 14. No, does not strike him out. 3-3. And that is a single pass Braun. And that's going to put a runner on first for the Cubs. All right, Felix Pye up. 0 for 1. Strategy rolls a 9. Holding off on strategy. 6-4. That's a blank. 1-1. And that is a fly out there to Kepler for out number 2. Ted Lilly steps up. 0 for 1. Struck out his last time up. 1-3 range play. 5-6. And that is back to the as a pop-up to Weeks. Weeks' range is on a 1-3. That's a 5. And Soto will advance to third. His runner advancement's on a 3-6. That's a 3. And he advances to third. So, Brewers are going to bring the corners in. Runners on first and third. Strategy rolls a 4. Here's the pitch. 2-6. That's a blank. 1-3. That is a single. And Soto scores. Ted moves to second. Strategy rolls a 7, and that's going to bring up Afonso. 1 for 2. 1-1. Home run. That is an 11. Needs a 16. That's an 11. And he knocks one out of here as well. And that is a 3-run home run for Afonso. And now it's 3-8 Cubbies. All right, Derek Lee comes up into the batter's box. He's 1 for 2. Here's the pitch, 6-3, range play at Wrigley Field. 1-1, and that is a pop-up to the catcher. And that is out number 3, Kendall making that. 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors. After 4, it is Chicago 8, Milwaukee 3. It is Ricky, Gabe, and Prince due up for the Brewers. As we head into the 5th inning, here's the pitch. Ted can face 7 more batters before he is tired. We go to the top of the order. He's facing the top of the lineup. Ricky is 0 for 2, 3, 4. That is a range play. And we have a 4-4. That is a ground to to Ryan. Ryan's rating is at a 1 to 3. That's a 3, and he gets it on that ground ball. Thera takes it, throws it over to Lee for out number 1. Kepler up 2 for 2 in the game so far. 2-4. Home run, that's a 5. And Kepler with a solo home run out of here at Wrigley Field. Into the left field. So it's now a 4. Cuts the deficit down to half. Brewers now have 4 runs scored, and that's going to bring up pinch fielder. He's 2 for 2. Here's the pitch. 3-5 at the ballpark. We go to Wrigley Field for this one. 6-1, and that is an S+8. And that is an S+ results. All runners advance 2 bases regardless. And no advancement by the batter. So Prince is on first. All right, infield going double play depth. Strategy rolls a 12. Here's the pitch to Ryan. He's 0 for 2. 4-1. That's a blank. Ted is not tired yet. 4-5. That's a double. And fielder is going to hold off on third. That is a what? That is a 5, and it's greater than that. Infield still going to double play depth. Here's the pitch. Oh, infield going to stay. Infield going back to normal depth. Here's the pitch. 2-3 range play at Wrigley Field. 1-5. And that is an 11. And that is a 3-run home run for Bill Hall, who was 0 for 2. And the Brewers cut this down to a 1-run lead. Corey Hart. Corey Hart steps up. He's 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. Ted can face 2 more batters. 5-6. Possible error on a ground ball. And that is going to be 6-4. That is a double star 2. That is a fly out to Alfonso for out number 2. All right, here's Ted's left. Ted can face 1 more batter now. J.J. Hardy, 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. 2-4. Home run, that's a 9, and the Brewers tie this game up with a solo home run. And Hardy knocks this one out into left field. All right, Ted now tired. He's 1 more out away to end this inning. Jeff is 1 for 2. 2-4. Does not get the home run. 4-4. And that is a ground ball out there to the second baseman. So 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors. The Brewers have came back to tie this game up. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It is Ramirez, Kioske, and Mark 2 up for the Cubbies. Ramirez 1 for 2. 3-2 walk, And they walk Ramirez. All right, pick off a chance. That's a 16, but no pick off result for Jeff. 4-6. Home run chance on a 1-8 for Kioske. That's a 15. Too high, so nothing for the home run. 4-4. And that is a ground ball out there to second base. Weeks getting that. And it's going to go out there to Weeks. Ramirez is forced out. And Kioske gets on base with a single. All right, that's going to bring up Mark DeRosa, who's 1-0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 14. Infield going to double play depth. Here's the pitch. 6-1. Possible error on a throw. 1-6. And that is a ground ball back to the pitcher. No error there. Weeks. And that is a double play. And nothing across the board for the Cubbies. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the top after 5. The score is tied at 8. It is Jason, Weeks, and Kepler due up for the Cubs. Let's see. They are going to pull Ted. Ted is done. We have a right coming up. And they are going to bring in Michael Roser. 1 win, 1 loss. 3.63 ERA, 44.2 of an inning pitch. Allowed 44 hits, 30 strikeouts, and 18 walks. And Ted was pitched 5 innings, allowed 12 hits, 8 runs, 8 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, 3 home runs, and leaves the game with an ERA of 14.40. All right, Michael is done with his opening tosses. Here's the pitch. 1-2. Possible error on a throw. 3-6. And there's a fly out there to Pie for out number 1. We go to the top of the order. Weeks up. He's 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. 5-4 range play at Wrigley Field. 6-2. And that is a double star 4, and that is a ground ball out there to throw out to the shortstop for out number 2. Takes it, tosses over to Lee. Kepler up. He's 3 for 3. 2-4. That's a strikeout. The 9 struck him out. So that retires the side. Brewers, nothing across the board. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is Soto, Pie, and Michael due up for the Cubs. That's going to do it for Jeff. They're going to pull him. And we have a right-left coming up. So they are going to bring in Mark. Are they going to bring Mark? Let's see who they're going to bring in. No, we have a right-left coming up. So they're going to bring in Eric Eric, 3 wins, 3 losses, 10 saves, 3.44 ERA, 46.13 of an inning pitched, allowed 46 hits, 38 strikeouts, and 20 walks. All right, here's the pitch. 3-2. That is a hit by pitch. No, that is a 7. Too high. 3-3. And Soto gets on base. That's going to bring up Felix Pie. Soto was 2 for 2. All right, they're going to sacrifice coming up. They're going to tell Pie to sacrifice, so they're going to bring the infield in. 3-3. And a great bunt. Everyone's safe with a single. And that puts runners on first and second. That got by everybody, and Pie slides into first. They're not going to pitch to Will. They're not going to let Urzer take the plate there. Instead, they're going to bring in Del Ward to pinch hit. Strategy rolls an 11. 5-2. And that is a double star. That is a fly out there to Kepler for out number 2. Nope. They're going to leave the infield at normal depth. That's going to we go to the top of the order. Ryan is up. He's 1 for 3. Strategy rolls a 6. They're going to hold off on that 6-6. And that is a single and a 1-6. That's a 15. No. 3-1. And that is a ground ball to Hardy. And that is a 3. That's going to be a fielder's choice. Runners on first and second. Runner on no. It's equal to. No, it's above that, so it doesn't do anything. Wait. Roll greater than. If it's greater than the runner on first is BR, it is not. It's equal to. So he is safe. And the out is at first. So 1 out. No, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. And Eric is now tired. So Sereno is due up. They're leaving the infield in at normal depth. Here's the pitch. Sereno is 2 for 3, 5-1. Strike at 11. And they struck him out. All right, we have a left-right coming up here, and they're going to bring in a new pitcher. Let's see who the Cubbies bring in now. And actually, let's see, Sean Morris. Yep. So they're gonna bring in Sean Marshall. Has a 36 ERA, 1 loss, 36 ERA, pitched 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 strikeout, and 2 walks in this replay so far. And that's going to do it for Michael, who pitched 1 inning, allowed 1 strikeout, no ERA there. All right, here's the pitch. 1-5. That is a wild pitch. No, we're going to re-roll that. 6-6. Home run chance to 20. No, 20 is too high. 4-6. That's a single. And Fielder gets on base. Infield going to double play depth. Here's the pitch. 5-6. That's a blank. Strategy roll is a 12, by the way. Ryan is batting 1 for 3. 4-4. And that is a line back to the pitcher. No double play. And that is for out number 1. Bill Hall steps up into the batter's box. He's batting 1 for 3. Strategy rolls a 13. 2-2. 12 for the walk. No, does not walk him. 5-3, and that is a ground ball to the second baseman. And this is a runner on first. And the roll is greater than, so that is a force out there. And that's going to bring up Corey Hart, who's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. Strategy rolls a 13. Infield at normal depth. 6-5. That's a 17 for a walk. No, does not walk him. 4-6. That is a ground ball to Ramirez. And that's going to bring us to the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. It is no runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Brewers. Derek, Ramirez, and Kioske do up. Eric is now tired. They're going to pull Eric. And we have a right coming up. And they are going to bring in Mitch Staler. Let's take a look at his card there. Ooh, he's a special K. So let's take a look at his stats. 3 wins, 1 loss. Has an ERA of 3.20. 25.13 of an inning pitched. Oh, he's pitched 2 innings, allowed 4 strikeouts, and 1 walk in this replay so far. Eric has pitched 1 inning, allowed 2 hits and 1 strikeout as he makes his way back to the dugout. Here's the pitch. 3-3, and that is a hit by pitch. That's a 10, no. And he gives it plus 10 to hit by pitches, and that is strikeout number 1. All right, Ramirez 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. 5-6. That is a 13. That is a strikeout result. No, the 13 is too high. The 8 just barely does not cover that. 3-4. And that is for out number 2. Real quick before we get to Kioske, here's the way the box score is of the game so far. Milwaukee scored in the first inning. Cubs came back, answered in the second. And Chicago had 4 in the fourth, and Milwaukee came back to answer 5 in the 5th inning. So that's how we got to where we are with it being 8-8. Kioske is 0 for 3. 2-4. Home run on a 14. And he does not hit home runs against left-handed pitchers. That is a 12. And they struck him out. So at the end of the 7th, it's no runs, no hits, no errors. Score still tied at 8. We go to the top of the 8th. It is Hardy, Statler, and Kendall due up. Sean can face 4 more batters before he's tired. They're going to leave him in. Jay Hardy, he's 2 for 3. 3-5, that's a blank. 6-6. And that is a fly out to right field. Statler up. They're not. What does Milwaukee do? Milwaukee says, yeah, we're going to we're not going to let him take this hit. And that's going to bring up Mike Rivera to pinch hit for Statler. All right, here's the pitch. 4-6. That's a 14 for a strikeout. No, does not strike him out. 2-3. However, that's a fly ball out there to Pie for out number 2. And we go to Kendall, who's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. 6-5. That's a walk chance. 17. No, does not walk him. 5-5. Question mark 7 on a 19. That's a double for Kendall. And Kendall hits a double pass right field, so pass Afonso. All right, strategy rolls a 15. Here's the pitch. Infield at normal depth. 3-1. Strikeout 4. That's a 13. Struck him out. And we have a right coming up here for the Brewers. So that's going to do it for the current. That's going to do it for Mitch. And they're going to bring in Torres. All right, they're going to bring in Torres. Torres, 7 wins, 5 losses, 28 saves, 3.49 ERA, pitched 80 innings, allowed 75 hits, 51 strikeouts, and 28 walks. And for Mitch, pitched 1 inning, allowed 3, and struck out 3. It was a 3-up, 3-down inning. All right, Salmon Torres done with his opening tosses. 4-3, that is a walk. 3, that's a 16, and they walk DeRosa. And that's going to bring up Soto, who's batting 3 for 3. Strategy rolls a 7. Infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch. 4-6. Home run result on a 1-17. That's a 14. We need a 14 or less. That's a 10. And Soto answers with another home run in this game with a 2-run home run, putting the Cubbies up. And that ball is high. That ball is going deep. It's going past the ivy. It's actually out of the ballpark. They hit it. He hits one out of Wrigley Field on that one. Soto with a 2-run home run puts the Cubbies up 10-8, giving them a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th. And that's going to bring up Felix Pye, the center fielder, who's batting 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. 5-3. That's a strikeout, too. Struck him out. They are not letting Marshall take this hit. They're going to pitch it to him. And it is Mike Fontaine to come up. To pitch it, to hit. 4-4. That's a blank. 5-2. That is a question mark 8 on a 15. And Mike hits a triple past Kepler. Kepler having to go all the way back to the warning track, and it hops off the wall, and turns around, and Mike is on third for that one. All right, Torres can face one more batter. Strategy roll is a 6 infield at normal depth. Here's the pitch. We go to the top of the order. Ryan is 1 for 4. 3-6. That's a 17 for a strikeout. No. 17 is too high. 4-4. That is an S8 to Kepler once again. Mike gets to come at the go-ahead sign to run home and scores another run. It is 11-8 Cubbies here in the bottom of the 8th. 1 out. Ryan on. Torres tired. They're going to go out and speak to him. Do they let him finish this inning? No, they do not. They don't let Torres finish this inning. We have a right coming up. And instead, that is going to bring up Carlos to finish this inning. Carlos Venuvia. 4 wins, 7 losses, 1 save, 4.7 ERA, 108.13 inning pitched, allowed 112 hits, 93 strikeouts, and 29 walks. And the stats here, Torres only pitched for 1/3 of an inning, allowed 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 1 home run, has an ERA of 90. He's done with his opening tosses, warm-up tosses. Alfonso steps up, he's 2 for 4. Here's the pitch. 1-2, range play. 1-5, that is a question, that goes to Kepler. Kepler's range is a 1. That's a 1. He gets the out. All right, 2 outs. Runner on first. Derek Lee batting 1 for 4 in today's game. Here's the pitch. 4-6 range play. 2-5. Ground ball to the shortstop. Hardy's range is a 1-3. That's a 5. And let's see, does Ryan take another base? He does on a 5-6. And we now have runners on the corners. Ramirez, 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. Infield at normal depth. 5-6. That's a blank. 1-1. That is a single past Braun. And it's 12-0 Cubs. 12-8 Cubs, sorry. And everyone holds. Kioske up, he's 0 for 4. 5-2. Walk chance, no, the 16 does not walk him. 5-1, and that's a fly out there to Kepler. And that retires the inning. And they are going to bring in their closer. They're going to bring in Kerry Wood. Yep, they're going to bring in Kerry Wood to end this game here. That's a 4-run lead. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors. At the end of 8, it is Cubs 12, Brewers 8. But will we have some 9th inning magic? Due up for the Brew Crew, it is Kepler, Fielder, and Braun. Real quick, and here is the scores after 8. Chicago coming back to answer 4 in the 8th inning on that. All right, Kepler, Wood done with his opening tosses. Here's the first pitch. 2-2, wild pitch. No, we're going to re-roll that. 5-4, 18. No, the 18 is too high. Strikeout is an 11. 5-1, and that is a fly ball out there to Pye. Out number 1. Prince Fielder up. He's 4 for 4. 1-3 range play. 4-5. Line shot to DeRosa, whose range is on a 1-3. That's a 5. And Fielder is on first. All right, here. No, they're going to pull Fielder. They're going to bring in a pinch runner for him. They're going to pinch run for Fielder. Fielder's the first baseman. Russell can... Yep. All right, so they're going to bring in a pinch runner. They're going to bring in Escobar to pinch run for Fielder. All right. Ryan Braun comes up. He's 1 for 4. Here's the pitch. 3-5. That's a strikeout 1. Struck him out. And next up, the Brewers are down to the final out. Bill Hall. He's 1 for 3, has a home run in this game. They're gonna pitch to him. 5-5. That's a walk. The 11 walks him. All right, Kerry Wood now tired. Down to the final out. Corey Hart, 1 for 4. Here's the pitch. 3-4. 13. No, the 13 is too high for the strikeout. That's an 11. 6-4. That's a double star 2. That's a fly out to Kioske. And that's the ball game, folks. The Cubs defeat the Brewers 12-8 here in Chicago. Final line score coming right up. Winning pitcher is Sean Marshall, picks up the win. Torres picks up the loss. Alfonso Ramirez and Soto all get home runs. Pick up 2 home runs each. Hall, Kepler, and Hardy also pick up home runs. Brewers 8 runs, 5 hit on 15 hits, no errors. Chicago 12 runs on 15 hits. Let's take a look here. Torres gets the loss on pitched 1/3 of an inning, allowed 3 hits, 4 runs, 4 home runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and 1 home run. Marshall gets the win on 2 hits and 1 strikeout, has an ERA of 12. Torres has an ERA rating of 120. So that's going to do it here at Chicago. If you like what you see here, give the video a thumbs up as you make your way through the turnstiles here at Wrigley Field. And we will see you next time for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, I'm Scooney 007. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.